So, back with another VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Quaquaval. Again, no idea what the pronunciations are, but I'm rolling with it. So, this is my least favourite of the starters. I was not a fan of how it looked, to be honest. I can appreciate what it's going for, but I just wasn't a fan. Maybe it'll grow on me, but I am quite glad I did not pick Quaxley as my starter, based on what I saw. Unfortunately, I think that it's the most likely that I'll be using in VGC, because it suits me quite well. Because it is a setup Pokemon, and I've missed setup. I couldn't set up through Dynamax, so now I'm going to be able to. And it's got Swords Dance and then a speed boosting attack. So Aqua Step, being a pretty reasonable 80 base power that gives you a speed boost after you've given yourself a Swords Dance, and then get a Moxie Sweep going, that should probably be the best of the three starters when it comes to competitive. So that's annoying, but we got to deal with it. So Water Fighting, pretty much covering the Urshifu stuff. It's interesting that we had Poliwrath for so long that it was so bad, and now we've got Water Urshifu. We've now got Quaquaval. We've now got another Water Fighting as well that's going to be very good. So, yeah, now they're all coming. So, Clear Amulet, I think, is going to be a pretty good item for Quaquaval because it's going to be effectively a White Herb, but just better because you just can't lose the stats in the first place. That means that you can't be intimidated down at all, so that if you're leading with the Quaquaval, you get your +2 guaranteed. If they're going for anything like Icy Winds, they can't stop you from going for the Aqua Step to get your speed boost, so it could be quite nice with this Quaquaval. And with the Clear Amulet as well, rather than going for something like a Life Orb, which you can absolutely do, and I'm not going to stop you doing that because that's going to be pretty strong as well. I'm just offering some alternatives from what would most likely be the most common. Then this allows you a tiny bit of bulk as well. So the attack investment lets you KO and it was Iron Treads, I think it is. That's the steel brown one. Iron Treads, I'm pretty sure. Still learning, but yeah, Oko's an Iron Treads that's got no bulk, and then the rest into a little bit of bulk so that it can actually survive some things. If you have not close combated yet. And it needs Adamant Max to be able to at least outspeed, what was it, Chinyo? What was it, the ice thing? Spoilers coming up. Chimpao, that one. It outspeeds that at +1. Also the, what's the mystery beast thing? Fluttermane, that's it, Fluttermane. It outspeeds both of those at +1, but it will speed tie with Iron Bundle. So, assuming Iron Bundle is max speed, when you are +1. So you do need that much speed to be able to do that, so it makes sense to be able to do that. If those two previously mentioned things are not needed to be outsped, there is an alternative. It only outspeeds Meowscarada, and then you get a little bit of extra bulk, so you'll be able to survive a bit more things. I do like bulking out my my Pokemon that are setting up, because then you're more likely to be able to get the sweep because you'll be able to survive the attacks. So, but this is probably going to be better because those two previously mentioned Pokemon are probably going to be relevant if they are legal, and outspeeding both of those would be very nice because you'd definitely KO the Fluttermane. Fluttermane. Still learning the names, but you'd be able to outspeed an Oko for sure because its defenses are so bad, and then you quads super effective against the Chien already put on the name, that thing. So yeah, that's going to be the Quaquaval that I'm most likely to use with the Clear Amulets. Like I said, Life Orb is entirely justifiable. Be able to get the attack boost going, and if you don't get intimidated, then you'll be able to get your Moxie Sweep going a lot easier. You just sacrifice any kind of bulk on the Quaquaval. You probably need to commit quite hard to set up with this one. The other one could be able to get away without any kind of redirection, or like not rely on it so heavily. This one probably will, so go for a hard setup team if you're going with a Life Orb one, in my opinion. And then you can round off with a Choice Band. Choice Band is entirely justifiable because it gets access to Wave Crash. So double stab with 120 base power with the Choice Band on top. That should be pretty good. And then you get the Aqua Step still. You'll be able to be speed boosting with your Choice Band, effectively getting close to a Sword Stance boost as well. So you'd be still doing some very good damage while speed boosting. And then you just round it off with Ice Spinner. A very neat physical ice move now. So that would be the extra coverage you would need. You could have Aqua Jet. I would probably have Aqua Jet. I would probably have Ice Spinner still, and choose Aqua Step or Aqua Jet, either or, and then have the other three, because you definitely want Wave Crash and Close Combats on your Choice Band one to make the most of it, and then it's the choice between those two. I'm just still stuck with this set because it will still do the same thing. It will still be able to outspeed things. I don't think you will need Jolly at all on Quaquaval, unless you absolutely need to avoid the speed tie against Iron Bundle at +1. then you can go Jolly. But otherwise, at the moment, I cannot see a need for it. Like I said, this in the disclaimer, this can absolutely change, and maybe Jolly is necessary. But I think that this has probably the most potential of the 3 starters to be most viable in VGC. This is an A-. Like, I'm not going to bother with A- and pluses and all that stuff on the visual, but I'll just mention it. I think it's probably an A-, as it does have the potential to set up and sweep. That was Moxie giving it that boost from B to A, I think, because that will be able to snowball pretty easily. So that is going to be it for the Quaquaval one. And then we're moving on to Oncolonia? I have no idea, but we will see. It's not going to be good, I'll tell you that.